know that, right? No. All right, guys. We just want to thank you guys for, for coming tonight, and we really appreciate that. And we just want to have what, 5 minutes or so, to discuss about the movie. And this is a star. This is the star. So she's gonna start. She's gonna start and tell us about the movie, and then we go from there.
Okay, well, of course, our lead actor was Van. Van is over there.
Don't hide over there.
This is Mr. Robert. He was the director and DOP, so he was directing and shooting at the same time. This is Miss Debbie. Of course, she played one of my friends in the movie. And these people brought us to this place that we're in. And this is Dr. Victor Olatoye. He is in charge of the NAFCA Awards. He drove all the way from Raleigh to come and see the movie, so we're very happy. Yes. So does anyone have any questions about the film?
Which one's the husband?
Oh, he's not here. He's in New York. He's the lovable villain, but he wasn't here. Chet.
He said Chet.
Chet. His real name.
I got a
question in the back?
What I was saying is great lesson learned, and it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. It teaches a lot of things going on with immigration law.
Okay. Anyone else? Any questions, comments?
Okay, you got
a remark.
Question.
No question.
Can I be in the movie next time?
Definitely. Hit me up.
When was the movie made?
When or where? March of this year in Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay. How long did it take you to shoot it?
Mr. Robert?
We filmed for 10 days.
10 long days.
No, sorry.
Prep time.
8 days.
Wow.
Yeah, 8.
Oh, yeah. Because Ben was been there for a few. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Where can I get the movie?
Presently, we're doing some rounds. We're very lucky to have some offers from Nigeria already. And as soon as we do all those rounds, we'll probably do cinema. And it will come to DVD. You can pick it up from your local African stores. And it's going to be available for you to watch. And believe me, when I came in, I was a little bit disappointed at the quality. It was by far better than what you guys watch here. I'm sure it's some adjustment from up there. I understand the picture is by far better than what you saw here. I can assure that.
Anybody else over there? Before we... Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had no idea when we saw you out there what the movie was about or anything. And here you were, we were talking to her. But we really enjoyed it from beginning to end. I was just pleasantly surprised. The acting I thought was just great, and I love the subject matter. That was just, I love the way you brought God into it. Oh, that just tickled me.
Oh, yes.
That was just awesome. So I just prayed the Lord's blessings over each and every one of you and over your work, because it will go far. Just don't get discouraged. Just continue to seek God, include God, and thank God.
Amen.
And you're going to go far.
Can I just say something about them? We met them in the hall, and she kept asking questions. And I said, just come and see it. And Pierre let her come and see it. But I was floored by it. Just the fact that she wanted to come, and this is her first time ever watching a Nollywood film. She kept saying, who is the guy taking pictures? And we told her who he was. She was like, her husband said, I just want to take a picture with him. So I was like, why don't you come inside and see the movie? So I'm glad you guys stayed. I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Question.
It was one of them.
I was very impressed with the movie, the storyline, and how everything flowed together. But what I kept saying to myself, this doesn't look like an African movie.
Everybody said that.
And I was really, really taken by that. I've been sitting here watching it right to the end. And I was thinking, how do you plan, or what's the plan to get this to a wider community? Because this is the kind of movie that should actually be in Hollywood, in my judgment. But I know there are lots of steps that you need to take. But I would encourage, and if there's any support that we have to do to get this out there, because the storyline, the theme is really pertinent to a lot of us that have come from the continent, and the acting and the storyline, again, you have similar stories like that here in the American community. So it's something that will be a greater effort to be put in to get it to the public. Basically,
what we need, like, is we need support. You know, the movie is there, the product is there.
Yes.
Having a premiere like this is actually to invite people to come and see the movie, so you guys can go out and talk about it. You know, share the information about the movie on the website, on Facebook, Twitter, or whatsoever. So once it gets to the right person, you know, because at the end of the day, the work that you do as a producer or director is most of the time is not even enough.
Right.
You know, you just have to meet the right person at the right time. So basically, everybody in this room could share the information about the movie, could share the page, like the page, whatsoever, and you know, you liking it, somebody else sees it, somebody else likes it, and so on. So it goes out there, and the production company sees the movie getting 1 million hits. He will come out and put the movie on Hollywood, on Hollywood. You know, he'll put it there because they're going to make money out of it if they see that people like it. You know, that's the whole.
And somebody actually contacted me talking about Lionsgate, which is the people that put out Tyler Perry's movies. There's a lot of work to get to that place, but like he's saying, like the page, you know, encourage and tell people about it. There's a lot of work of what they're asking. I begin to send them some stuff, but it's a lot of things. And with American distribution, the network is difficult to get into. We're praying that we can get into it because we want to tell this story to the world of the things that we go through when we move to the diaspora. So, you know, the support, we really, really we appreciate. You could tell other people about the movie.
Now, will it be shown here again, or?
I don't know.
We will work on that. We definitely will work on that. I just want to tell you guys that we do appreciate this theater, because they're actually the only one in Charlotte who decided to give us a shot.
Wow.
You know, we've been everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, she actually convinced me, because at one point I was giving up.
It was.
She actually convinced me. She talked to the manager for like an hour or so on the phone, and then she called me and said, "Pierre, are you still in Charlotte?" I said, "Yes. Please just drive there." So I drove here and I talked to the manager, and she was like, "Okay, I'll give you guys a shot and see, you know, what this movie is all about." So, you know, we don't need support. Everybody here knows somebody who can make something happen.
Yep.
And that's what we need. That's what we only need. Support.
Was a question?
Yeah, just to echo what a lot of people have said already. It's a great movie, and I'm just amazed that, you know, within 10 days you were able to put this together. That's a fantastic job. Yes, and you know, the whole crew. The question I have though is the theme of the movie. How did you come up with that theme? I mean, I know, you know, we can relate a lot to the entire movie, but how did you think that theme?
Well, the immigration part, of course, that's just about every African man that I run into, that's their story. You come here, you want to make ends meet, you marry somebody to get the green card. The PTSD part came from the fact that I'm a college professor in Atlanta, and I deal with a lot of people that have issues with PTSD, especially in our African community, and nobody wants to talk about it. When I tell them what I think the diagnosis is, they say, "Oh, you're crazy, there's nothing wrong with me," blah, blah, blah. And I know for a fact, because I studied it for many years, PTSD is a serious issue, post-traumatic stress disorder. If you're in a war or any traumatic thing happens to you and you don't get the help that you need, especially when you're a child and you grow up and you have this anxiety, afraid of losing people who are close to you, or just you're very aggressive and angry. So I wanted to tell that story because I've dealt with a lot of people. I even had a couple of people in my own family due to the civil war in Liberia that I felt really had PTSD. One of them actually passed away, and that broke my heart because I knew part of the reason was because the PTSD was there. It was never addressed, and so the other things that came along with that caused this person to not be with us today. And so it's a very depressing situation, and I just wanted to tell the story. And I had to thank Van and Mr. Robert for helping me produce it, because I was like, okay, what are we gonna do here? You know, I was freaking out, but we put the whole thing together, and so I'm very happy about that. So thank you.
I had a quick question. Do you guys plan on doing other premieres in different states, like Chicago or something like that?
We've been premiering. We're tired. Van and I have been on the road. Oh, he hasn't slept in like days. We premiered in Atlanta last Sunday. All of us were there, and I think Friday we did Minnesota. Yesterday we did Houston, and today we're here. So many cities are calling. They've called Pierre, they've called me, everybody's calling. But getting there is a problem because you have to have somebody on the ground like Pierre here to organize and do all of that. So it's very difficult. Plus Van, we can't keep him in America forever. He's got to go home. So, you know, we just kind of, we're trying to work something out. But our goal really is the cinema. And Mr. Robert is working Nigeria, Van is working Ghana. So hopefully we can get the message there too, and then get a few more in the U.S. So that's our goal. And we're entering the film festivals. We're applying to Sundance. You have to keep us in your prayers. It's very difficult, but if you win one of those, distribution is so much easier. Pan-African Film Festival, we enter all of those.
Anybody else?
No. Another thing that was there, the domestic violence. I like the way that you use the terminology and the way that, well, a lot of American women or Americans can relate to that. So it's something that not just African people will feel a liking to as far as looking at it, but Americans too. And definitely it should be viewed here again in Charlotte.
We appreciate that. Actually, there's a museum, a big museum here in Charlotte that contacted me based on the trailer. They want to do it in October, and they would invite all of their people for the from the museum to be a part of that. So we're looking at that. It's one of your upscale. It's the largest museum here. So
Harvard B.
Gans, that's it, the African American Museum.
I know someone there.
Okay. Yeah, I have a friend there. She's hooking it up. So yeah, we'll see. Anyone else?
Just a quick question. How many are from Nigeria? How many Nigerians are here?
Oh, these two guys. Yeah.
Three.
One more.
One more, four.
Oh, yeah.
How many Cameroonians?
Everybody.
Liberia, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Angola, anywhere else in Africa?
Congo, man.
Congo, what's up?
Congo.
Ghana's here.
Haitian represent.
Haiti.
Represent.
It's up, I say.
U.S.
Yep.
I say that to say is, you see we got a multicultural, and it's, when we come together like this, there's no one, it's one or country or any kind of nationalities. We're just one people enjoying a good film. Support those, regardless of where they are, where they come from. If they're from you, like you, speak your own language, try to support them. Because you never know when you'll be sitting in where it be the majority of another nationality, and we're all trying to get there to the same place. Actually, Doctor came to me last year about this film, and I was really intrigued.
These two were supposed to pay for this movie, they didn't.
No, we're gonna talk about that.
Nah, don't put on the spot like that.
But I'm Nigerian. Pierre's Cameroonian.
Yes.
Papa T and all the other Cameroonians that see me, they see me at most of the Cameroon events, not Nigerian events. They're like, man, you're with us. He said, but you're Nigerian, you sure?
Yeah.
But you're with us. I only say that to say is, a good friend of mine, Rochelle, we've been knowing each other, what, 8-10 years now? African American here. Just met Pierre today, this afternoon, and brought Vanette out. What I say is, this is what can happen just like that. Just open your mouth. Share a little bit of your own with someone else that doesn't know. Simple as that. And that's what happens. That's all the hard work they put in. Take a few moments, tell your friends about it. Go on to Facebook. Even if you ain't been on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the other network socials, get on there, start talking about it. Somebody else will just click on the page just because to see, what are you talking about? That's all it is, and that's where it takes. The thing is, with this movie, what I saw was, to the actors and the director, it was good to see a film come from Africa with African content that talked about African issues, or just the international foreign issues here in the States, but put in the content that was here in the States that was grasped, that could be grasped. It wasn't at home, you know what they do with the juju and the sorcery and all that. Obviously, at the end you say, to God be the glory. That's how it feels. It wasn't anything like that, but it captured everything. The lady here said with the post-traumatic stress disorder, and using that acronyms for the violence, women of violence. You got a lot of those things continued. And when you need support, reach out. You never know where, like you said, Doctor, you didn't know we didn't do anything, but we've been talking about it for over a year. It's reached far. We ask you to do the same.
Yeah, if we wanted to get in touch with you, how, we got a website or something?
Yes, yes, we do have a website. What is it?
Yeah.
Can we, Dr. Vicker, do you have anything to say?
You have the.
Oh, I love it.
We missed the cutoff for the awards. He does the NAFCA awards. We didn't get him this year, but I'm sure we'll get him next year. He drove here. I was so happy to see him come.
I got something to say.
He has something to say.
Take your card.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a very short attention span. And the fact that I didn't fall asleep throughout the movie means it was really captivating. I remember watching a movie, it's called Green Card, a few years ago by Gerard Depardieu, a French actor. And I fell asleep halfway through the movie. But this one, I was so captivated. Because I was watching the movie from a critical point, and from an emotional point stand also.
Right.
At one point, I thought you died.
Right.
But you didn't. At one point, I thought Tunde's wife was a cripple.
Right.
Turned out she wasn't. So I kept getting mesmerized all throughout the movie. That kept my attention span going. You know, so to a point where I thought, am I watching Hollywood or am I watching Nollywood?
Right.
You know, and that's a compliment to think that this is not just Nollywood, it's actually Hollywood. Because you've taken your game to another level. Right. And that's what I enjoy.
Thank you.
I got a question. When you woke up, what color was the card?
Well, it's actually, I'm surprised because
No.
they call it,
Seriously, it was green card. So what?
yes, I'm surprised because the card is actually not green.
Okay, here you go.
The question was, when you came alive, or you came when you was being attacked and you called the police.
Why did you call the police? Everybody asks that. Okay, any battered woman is not going to call the police, especially a battered woman in my situation where I understood he had PTSD. So I want to help him. By calling the police, I'm not helping him. So of course, since I now care for Tunde and Tunde cares for me, he's the next best person, so I called him. In turn, he called the police.
And if she called the police at that point, that would be the end of the movie.
Right. That happened.
I wanted to drag
And I also
wanted to give you guys some drama.
Exactly.
Wanted to entertain you with it.
Exactly.
Wanted you to sit back and
We
say,
got mad at her.
That is the intention. And if we're getting the reaction, I think we tried.
That has been the question everywhere we've gone.
This production actually was done under serious stress. I was director, cinematographer, light. I had some beautiful people like Debbie here. She was actress and sound. And I had one other guy walking behind the scene. I'm just saying that to say that if we go out there and put this movie out there and we have the kind of budget we need to make the kind of movies we want to make, this is going to be a child's play compared to where we're going to. You understand? I've worked with bigger camera, but I know I've worked with bigger camera. I've worked with larger crews, and it requires money. And sometimes we don't have that kind of money. And if you don't have money, you don't have time. You understand? That's why this is the kind of movie that I really want to shoot in like a month.
Yeah.
But because of the budget, 8 days. Van, stand here, move,
Come
let's
back.
go. Ba, 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 ba. And believe me, we can do better. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And this is part of a series of some movies that we're working on. And you guys just go out there, put us out there. Let's get the budget to make the kind of movies we really want to make.
Okay. Just look, for those of y'all who don't maybe feel you can invest in a movie like that, or say, how can I help? How you can help is know the director's name, know the actor's name, know the cinematographer, and like them. Start talking about them, tweeting about them, just having their name. What you don't realize is those names come up on searches. When people start doing searches, start doing things like that, it's like this name just keeps buzzing, That's how they can attract. You might not be able to give directly, but indirectly you can give by word of mouth. Is I've been hearing so much about this director. Let me sit down and talk to him. Let me put my money towards this project because the name has come to me 3 or 4 times.
All right. Anything else? Anybody else?
Van, you have to say something. Barbara needs you.
I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I want to commit to you right now to pray that I will promise to cover you guys in prayer. So whatever needs you have, you know, I'll be asking God to just meet those needs and give you favor, you know, in every area of creativity, finances, your health, your families, just whatever it is. And we know because of that, God is able, and He can do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we could ever hope or think. So just know that the effectual, fervent prayers of the righteous availeth much. I am a prayer warrior.
That's right.
That's worth $10 million.
More than that.
One
One quick question.
Yes.
Sorry, you mentioned about the investors. Do you have package for investors?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
We do. Yes.
Businesswoman.
Of course. I'll take your email and email it to you. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so
after part.
Robert needs you.
What's the after part? Just go and say something in French.
Yeah, in French.
Yeah.
Did you guys like that scene when Van was speaking his pidgin? Wasn't that a great scene?
In French, because
Not speaking French.
the African Americans did not understand
what he was saying.
What they were saying.
That was a
So
scene.
you have to when you was calling the curses.
Thunder fire you, thunder strike you, thunder strike the character, sorry, not you. God punish the character whole generation. You know go better for you. Just turn it around.
Translate.
No, that's your job.
Translate.
That's your job.
Alright, oh, you want to translate?
Robert, do it, please.
Yeah, do it.
Van, come and say something in French.
Do it.
You want to translate? Say something in French.
Okay, the translation. Let me say think of something you'll say in French. I'll do the translation. Translation is God will punish you. God will punish your whole family. God will punish everybody in your whole generation. So it goes beyond curse. It's a common African curse. You're taking someone to the level of festivity as high as anything else.
And when he sat down, he said, which kind of wahala? Wow. Who can, Dr. Victor, I beg that you the professor.
And it's universal. It's universal African.
Doc, you want to say something?
You could put a caption on the bottom.
You want to say something?
Yeah, actually thought of that when that scene was.
Yeah.
But the caption was just going to be too long.
Yeah.
Explain all that.
Maybe we needed to just blank it out like we did campaigns. So thank you very much, Van. You just want to say hi?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for showing up, giving us the support. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, giving us the support that we need. And I'm glad you guys liked the movie. I'm impressed with the comments, and I can assure you we will be doing a lot more. I mean, for me, Robert, Dr. K, and myself, I think we are a strong team. I like it. Thank you all.
What is your good friend?
Yes.
Cool.
No, when I mentioned Robert, she's attached, so understandable.
All right, guys.
Check me next week.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming
Thank you,
out.
everybody.
After party.
The after party is at Tropics. If you, that's all we're all going there now. So if you guys want to, just follow up.
Tropics.
Tropics. Yeah.
All roads lead to tropics now.